Hey guys, and welcome to Rough Gear Review. Today we're having a look at the Colt Mustang. Now this is a 380 ACP semi-automatic single action handgun. And what that means is this is single action only. If the hammer is up, you pull the trigger, it won't fire. It's not double action. You can't pull the trigger, the hammer's going to come back and fire. You have to pull the hammer back to fire the gun. Now it's semi-auto, so every time you fire, it's going to go ahead and push that hammer back again for you. But for the first round, you're going to need that hammer pulled all the way back. The reason we brought out the Colt, and this is actually a really old Colt Mustang. It might look new, but that's because about a year ago we had it completely rebuilt and refinished. But this one was purchased in 1995, and it had seen better days. This is actually a gun that I carried in concealed carry for a lot of years, and by the time we had it refinished and rebuilt, it was beat. But even though it was beat down and it looked awful, every time you pulled the trigger, it fired. Matter of fact, I do remember when I went down for my CCW at the little qualification range, you could have 3 guns that you qualify with, and the range master made me use this one to qualify because he said that they always failed. I've never had that experience. This Colt Mustang is built just like a Colt. It just keeps firing and firing and firing. I think it's a great gun. And after a couple of decades, yeah, it needed to be rebuilt. But, you know, now it's going to be good for another couple of decades. And the reason we brought this out to look at tonight is because Colt has reintroduced the Colt Mustangs. They have 2 versions out now, and you've probably also seen the SIG P238. That's basically a Colt Mustang with Sig Sauer's twist on it, but that's what it is. And then right after that, Colt went ahead and reintroduced the Colt Mustang again. Colt has 2 different versions out now. They have the Pocket Light, and that existed way back, but this is not a Pocket Light. They have their Pocket Light, and that's weighing in at 12.5 ounces. This one here weighs 18.5 ounces. So you see they've shaved some weight off with that Pocket Light. They also have another version out called the XSP, and that has a polymer frame with a steel slide, and they've shaved even some more weight off that. That's coming in at 11.8 ounces. Now, all of them are 380 ACP, which is just a short 9mm round, and you probably maybe even heard of it referred to as a 9mm short. They hold 6 rounds in these, and there are extended magazines. There was a Colt Mustang 2 that was out. It had a longer grip on it, and that one held 7 rounds. And this is actually a magazine for that, but they sell it with this little finger extension. So then when you hold it, you know, your finger doesn't fall off. Although I think it looks just goofy as hell, but you know, for comfort it would work. I actually never use that magazine. I just stick with this one here. And you can see we had this one refinished. The Sig Sauers had come out, the 238, and they had a desert version, and that was kind of the inspiration for refinishing this the way we did. The Colts all of them are 5.5 inches overall length. They got a 2 3/4 inch barrel. Like I said, a capacity of 6 rounds, or you could do 6 plus 1 in the pipe. It's going to have, it'll lock back on your last round. It's going to have a slide release and a safety, and you can carry it cocked and locked, just like on a Colt 1911. And as a matter of fact, that's really what this looks like. It's just a scaled down Colt 1911. But they're really great guns. You know, they're real nice for concealed carry. This older version is a little bit on the heavy side, but you're probably not going to find one of these anyways. You're going to be finding one of the newer versions. And, you know, they're, like I said, 12.5 ounces and 11.8 ounces. So those are pretty light, and they're small, compact guns, and it's real easy for concealed carry. You know, and since they're lightweight and easy to carry, it means that you'll probably stick with it and keep carrying the gun versus, you know, if you were carrying a big 1911 all the time, which is much heavier, obviously. But there you go, guys. Thought we'd bring out the old Colt Mustang just because they reintroduced them. They're great guns. This one's been great for a couple of decades. I'm sure the new ones are just as good as the old stuff. So if you are in the market for a concealed carry handgun, or maybe you're just in the market for something smaller, go have a look at the Colt Mustangs. I saw them out at SHOT Show. this year in 2014. You know, they look great, just like they did in 1995 when I picked this up. They look just as good now as they did then. So, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll try to answer everything I can. And thanks a lot for watching Rough Gear Review, guys.